You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to have you here today. We have a brand new show for you. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents an audience with Celebrity Psychic Gemma. I am your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. With me today is the star of our show. Let's bring her out, Celebrity Spiritualist Psychic Gemma. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me again, Dr. Jacalyn. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so nice to have you. And you're actually here in a different capacity than when I've interviewed you. You are my co-host and the actual star of the show. And it's just a thrill. I want to let our audience know a little bit of information about how we actually met. So I want to give a shout out to Ian Pelham-Turner and Helena Shar because they actually brought you on our show, Celebrate Great Britain Royally Rich show. And so that's how you and I connected. And we've had a conversation since then. And here you are now.
That's it. It's been an incredible journey. And I'm so thankful to Ian and Helena. They're such lovely souls. And I'm just so grateful.
I am too. It's all about connections and how people help one another and then new collaborations take place. So I want to let our audience know a little bit about this show. And then I want to dive right in to hear all about you before we bring out our first guest.
Okay.
So everybody watching today, as I mentioned, this is a brand new show. And Gemma is the real deal. She has a gift that few people have. And it's so important to her that you realize how true and authentic she is. She has no idea if they're a guest for the show. I just announced that there is a guest for the show. Who the guests are. She has had no contact with anyone, and I've instructed the guests that they not use their name and that when they come on stage, they do not make any requests. So, Gemma, I have to say, when you and I talked about this at our first meeting, that I thought it was so amazing that you were so convinced that you wanted authenticity, you wanted total transparency, and I really applaud you for that.
Thank you. I just think it's really important to show that spirit work is real and to show that nothing is needed. And I've made a point, if you can see, I've got no earpieces in as well, so that everyone knows what I'm getting is direct from them. And for me, the authenticity is so important because it's so hard nowadays to show a medium's work and what it's about and what it entails and how we connect with your loved ones, your animals, spirits, spirit guides, to be able to bring those messages through. So I think this show is wonderful to be able to show that and to show the genuinity of the connections.
I agree with you. Gemma, can you please share with us, when did you first realize you weren't like everyone else and that you had this incredible gift?
Thank you. I think I was about 5. And when I was younger, I had a difficult time, and animals, I could hear them like you or I. So I heard my hamster, and then I would see people that were walking around. But when I say to my mum and dad, they couldn't see them. And from there, it began at school, where I would tell the teachers things that I shouldn't know about their lives, their families, and other children. And I would know things about the children's lives. And it just grew from there. And I kind of have always known that I've been a bit different. But before, I always wanted to run from who I was, but now over the last many years now, I've embraced who I am, and I feel very lucky to be able to do this and to be able to connect with spirit and to be able to help and connect so many people.
Gemma, I'm wondering, and I just wonder if you ever get this question, but I do know other psychics who shared that when they found out they had this gift, they weren't always well received by other people. Some people thought, oh, there's something, something doesn't make sense, or they're afraid. have you had any experience like that where people, instead of being delighted, they express other feelings of concern?
Yeah, I've had it for even up until now, on and off. I get it at times. So when I was a child, my parents were told I was weird, I was strange. I was sent to a boarding school because at the school they said it was odd what I was doing. And then as I grew older, like in my teens, I got bullied by other kids because they called me the weird one. Growing up, even other adults told me that I was not a good energy, I was scary, I was freaky, freak of nature, all of this, to the point when I was 16, a group of students in my year actually set my clothes alight because they said that I was that I was evil, basically, because I could tell stuff about them. So as the years have gone on, though, I get it now and again, and I get some people don't understand what it is or how I work, but most of the time now it is well received. And I think because I kind of own who I am with working with spirit, it's part of me, and I know it's my job to be able to connect as many people. And I think people see my personality and they see that what I do is just from the heart. And I think it really helps to show people that it's not scary and it's not evil or weird. It's just a skill that most of us have, but not many of us keep open from childhood.
Yes. And I also think that it appears to me there's been a major shift, and people are very interested in having a reading, and they're very interested in, what does my loved one think, or how can I communicate, or how can I get in touch with my pet, or whatever it might be. People are much more interested today, and I think really excited. So just to add on to that, I want to bring our guest out. And I want to just also announce to our audience that you shared with me that when you do your reading, you tend not to look at the guest.
No, I tend to, what happens is so when I'm connecting with the person, they'll normally say like, hi, I get the voice link with my guides, and then I tend to look away because what I'm being shown, I get the full senses, so I see things and it helps me to bring the messages through.
Okay. Here we go. I'm so excited. My heart is literally racing as we bring our guest out. Hold on to your seats. Here we go.
It's exciting. So exciting.
So I've instructed our guests not to say anything and not to make any introductions and not to ask any questions.
Okay. So lovely to meet you. All I ask is just a hi. That's it. If you hi. Okay, so first off, my guide straight away from your voice, he's saying that you're a strong, independent lady. You overcome a lot. There's decisions to be made in the direction that you're heading. He also said that family is incredibly important to you. The lady that steps forward to talk to me talks about the family picking each other up, supporting each other. But she says at the moment, it just feels like everything's a bit spread out because people are doing their own thing. She talks about you being incredibly proud of what you've got and where you've got to, and proud of your house. You like things tidy, you like things organized, you like to know things are on time. You want to know where the next direction is, the next step. She talks about you bringing things together and helping others on their journey. She talks about you being organized with paperwork, but she says there's decisions to be made in which direction you're stepping. You're like on a crossroads at the moment. She also says that you like to be hugged, but you like your independence. You're fiercely stubborn, fiercely independent at times, and she laughs at this. She says, even though inside, real gentleness, a softness, and also there's a small dog that comes in. I can hear the small dog barking. She's just saying to me that he's okay. I've also got the gentleman that steps in. He's got bad lungs. I can feel that he had bad lungs because he makes my lungs feel heavy. He makes them feel very hard, very heavy. There's a real difficulty with it. He's also talking about the gentleman who liked to keep his garden just so and liked to have flowers big and his vegetables, and he liked to bring people together around a meal, and it's what he had grown. I see you as a young girl, your hair is longer. I'm shown by the lady your hair being brushed, but she says life hasn't always been an easy journey, but you don't dwell on things.
Sorry, I'm on. Oh, you're back. Okay. Technical.
It's all right. Sometimes when I'm reading, spirit can really interfere. So I have to apologize in advance. I don't know if that's what's happening, but sometimes it can happen. Did that make sense? Did you hear the bit about the gentleman at the end and bringing people together, and the lady talking about the difficulties that you've overcome and the fact that you don't focus on it? What happens. You keep going forward and you keep smiling. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. It feels like there should be a daughter, because they keep showing me you and you're talking to somebody, you're protecting, but I cannot say 100% with the bloodline because I'm not being shown it, so I wouldn't want to assume, but it feels like it's a particularly important connection, and I hear you talking. The only thing this lady says is there's times when you talk and you don't always feel that you've been listened to. And she says at times you felt like it's gone over their heads when all you've done is tried to help. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right, final thing, she's talking about creativity. So I'm shown a lot of colours. I'm shown colours coming through. I'm shown bringing people together. She talks about you liking to be just so, though. If you were to go out and your hair wasn't right or your lippy wasn't right, she said you do get frustrated because that's your confidence. She says inwardly you're not always as confident, but outwardly, if you're made into yourself how you feel comfortable, she says that's what brings your confidence through. She also talks about her dad, and she's talking about the health with him. So she is family. She's family connection because she's dropping it down through. She's also talking about the baby that went to spirit that never took a breath as well. She's asked me to mention that. Hopefully that all makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brilliant. I think that's where we're at with that one, Dr. Jacalyn, for how they're stopping me, but Running Wolf's happy with what he's brought through.
I can't hear.
Sorry, I have myself muted. I said thank you so much, Celebrity Spiritualist Medium Gemma, and thank you to our guest, exclamation mark. That was great. We are going to take a break, and we will be right back after this. Please stay with us, and audience with Celebrity Psychic Gemma. We'll be right back.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Garden. Your host, Diane Boehm. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Diane Floyd Boehm tells wonderful stories that warm the heart, spark the imagination, and unite people and families across generations. For children, Diane's Harry the Camel connects with all of us who've ever wondered how different our lives might have been if only we'd been born something better, like a wonderful horse instead of an ordinary camel. In the end, we all learn along with Harry that there's nothing better than just being yourself. Diane's Little Girl in the Moon looks down on earthbound children and wonders if they know she's just like them. A story of love, home, and the bond between mother and daughter, its powerful theme that we're each of us different yet all of us the same plants a seed in children that promises to blossom within a loving and trusting grown-up. Diane's new biography, Rise, recounts the experiences of her grandmother, Ruby, to reveal the hidden strength of the human spirit. Ruby's story inspires all of us to become the best versions of ourselves. You'll find all of Diane's delightful books and much more at DianeFloydBoehm.com. Visit DianeFloydBoehm.com. That's DianeFloydBoehm.com.
Located at 121 Haddon Avenue in Westmont, New Jersey, is Margie Cedrone, artisan jeweler. Margie's been in business for more than 30 years. She works with her clients to create custom pieces of jewelry to reflect their personality and help them make their own bold statement. Starting in the renowned Jewelers Row in Center City, Philadelphia in 1988, Margie works directly with her clients to develop one-of-a-kind pieces such as necklaces, engagement rings, wedding bands, unique watches and tennis bracelets, as well as a myriad of rings and earrings for everyone in your family. She also has worked directly with Dr. Jacalyn over the years, creating unique pieces of jewelry to reflect her personality. She does pearl stringing and repairs on site at 121 Haddon Avenue. Call or text Margie at 215-384-7155. Margie Cedrone Jewelry is open by appointment only. Make your own bold statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most authority show on the planet, and the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello and welcome back. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents an audience with Celebrity Psychic Gemma. And in our first segment, we had a guest by the name of Exclamation Point, and we just want to sort of debrief with our guest. So, guest, were you contacted at all by Gemma? Have you had any contact with her? Do you know her?
No, I haven't had the pleasure. I don't even know where she is. I've never met her.
Okay, perfect. So just to confirm, there's been no communication. Would you like to share anything about your takeaways from the reading? Exclamation point.
Yeah, I think it was very interesting because I've always been interested in the subject of, there's more between heaven and earth than we'll ever know, and I'm very curious. So I was very surprised that all I said was hello or hi, and she could link in so quickly. So that was very surprising. Also, this, the difficulty when I was little, that's true. Having all this like nonsense and putting on a smile, it's true. I do like to keep a house, just so. And also, my paperwork is really awesome. So she's picking up a lot. I'm very interested to know what, if there's any guidance coming through with this crossroads, if there's any more insight on that. An interesting thing about the gentleman with the lungs, I can't sense anyone in the family with the gentleman, but my mum had chronic asthma, so I don't know. Yes, about that bit. But thank you very much, Gemma, for the reading.
I just wanted to add in, because I do know the guest, but I thought the part about the colors was really insightful, because I'm not going to share anymore, but I think you understand what I'm saying when it comes to you and colors.
Exactly. Yeah.
So wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been wonderful seeing you.
Well, thank you for having me, and I hope that I've been a good guest.
Definitely.
Pleasure to read for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, exclamation mark.
Bye.
We have our next guest, and I just wondered, do you need any time to...
No.
Okay. All right. I'm perfect. I'm going to bring our next guest out. Hello, guest.
Hi.
Hi, it's nice to see you.
Hi,
Gemma, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi, I want to say straight away, as soon as you spoke, there's a lovely gentleman that steps forward with you. He's talking about his independence. He talks about the kindness in you. He says you're no nonsense. He says you will always help people, but all you ask is they listen and they're respectful to you. He's very clever. He's shown me he was clever with his hands. He talks about health took away his own control. He talks about being proud of his work. He talks about not always having the easiest start. He says that you knew what was expected of you. You knew what you had to get on with. You got it done and you moved forward. He's talking about his family. He's talking about he feels that he was quite traditional with how he liked things done. He's also talking about he sat and listened. He says, I never always had to speak, but I would sit and listen and I would know and I would be aware. He's talking about your gentleness. He's talking about you with your family. You're very loving. But again, he says you keep your emotions in, you keep them closed. You wouldn't go outside and tell everyone what was going on. There is a golf vibe that keeps coming in. I'm not sure why I'm seeing this, but I keep getting shown this golf vibe. So I will mention that as well for golf as in the sport playing. He's also talking about, for you like to spend time to relax, calm, but he's talking about the dog. And I don't know why he's asking me to say about the dog, but he's saying, just mention the dog. So I trust that I need to mention the dog. He also talks about with you like to say hello to people, you like to socialize, but you also like to come back and have your own time to think, digest. He also says again that you like to keep things in order, you like to know where things are. If your family ever needed you, they could pick up the phone. If friends needed you, they could pick up the phone. He says you always lift others up on your journey. He says you're incredibly clever at seeing and bringing things together. He talks about it's like drawings and the writing that brings everything into place. He also talks about you're more clever than you let on, but you tend to let people see for themselves. You don't always say. He says that the hard work, it's like the saying that he's saying that goes through the family. The hard work shows for itself. The hard work shows what we do. He's also on about you wanting to decorate. He's saying about refreshing, but he says it's still in the in-between stage. Also, he's talking about the, it's like I can hear the conversation. It's like he's popped in and I can hear someone talking about wanting or doing a conservatory or wanting a conservatory. So he's asking me to mention that as well. He's such a proud man. He likes to be smart. He likes to be tidy. He's also got the lady that stands with him. She's really lovely. She liked to make a lot of handmade things. She would bring people and family around meals. She's talking about that if you didn't have a lot, it doesn't matter if you've got each other. She's also talking about being down by the seaside, so I feel that that would be a memory of theirs. And she's also talking about that she was married as well. Anything else for animals? See, they're talking about the prostate issues that go through the family as well. So he's asking me to mention that. And apologies, it's quite a personal thing, but he's saying to mention that. He also says that a quiet drink never done anyone any harm, and it's nice to relax sometimes, because he says you're so busy going and helping everyone else, you don't always take time for you to just go, ha. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they're saying. Sorry.
So, I'm sorry, our guest is HJ. HJ, you heard what Celebrity Spiritualist Medium Gemma said. Any feedback you want to share?
Yeah, thank you very much, Gemma. Much appreciated.
It's a pleasure.
I can only assume that it's my father, probably. And the changes that you picked up with the houses I'm about to sell, and I know that the owner that wants to move into my place wants to build a conservatory. So that, yeah, accuracy on those things. I'm not sure about the dog or the golf stick. I have a friend that I go to golf with sometimes, but perhaps that was coming in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He talks about you being shy as a boy. He says you weren't always as confident, and the fact that you kept yourself to yourself. But as you've grown, you've become more confident. But he says you're very careful who you open up to. And he says that. He says you like to keep everything close to your chest, because not everyone needs to know everything. And also, you're a tough cookie. And if you need to deal with something, you'll just get on with it and deal with it.
Yeah, that's all very true.
Okay. I've got to say, I can't say 100% he's your father. I feel like I want to, but he's not showing me that, so I don't want to. But I feel like he is, because the love that he feels is incredible, but it's not always spoken. He's just saying, when I say to him, have you spoken? And he goes, some things don't need talking. And he just covers his mouth. He says that we know. So I trust in that energy that who I've brought through is close to you, because he's showing me that energy.
Okay.
All right. It's lovely to connect with you.
You too, Gemma. Thank you very much for your good work.
Oh, Welcome.
Thank you, Gemma, very much, and thank you, HJ. I'm going to bring our first guest back out, and hi, welcome back. I'd like to have a little conversation because this is the first time we're doing this. And so what I'd like to know is, as someone who has received a reading, how do you feel that you will take this information and embrace it in your life or not? I'm going to start with exclamation mark.
Well, I've already embraced it, because I do believe when you don't look for things like this and they just come to you, there's already spirit knocking on your door saying, we have a message. I've always been open to that. You know, I'm somebody who reads number plates, and my children laugh at me. They go, you're crazy. And I go, no, there's a citizen. So I really embrace it all. And I also, I'm sending Gemma back lovely vibes that she sent to me too, because I think in life it's about the value exchange. It's about to give positive energy both sides. And also I think that sometimes when you have certain messages like this, you might not realize what they've said till a couple of days later, and you go, oh, somebody say something or something like that, synchronicity. But I really would look forward to see Gemma on here again, and I think it's wonderful to have her readings, and I think it's very good for her to hear what we've got to say about the readings as well.
Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you. Exclamation mark. Do you happen to know HJ?
I don't know him personally. We haven't had a chat. I've seen him, or I've heard him sing. Yeah, great voice. But I don't know him, and we didn't kind of like say, hey, HJ, But I just happened to recognize him because
nice to meet you now.
Yeah, nice to meet you now.
So HJ, I'd like to get your feedback, and then I'd like to have the two of you actually say who you are, and we'll circle back with Gemma. HJ, what's your feedback about how you will or will not incorporate this information, this reading in your life?
Yeah, but for me, the most important thing I think for everybody to be aware of is this interconnectedness that, at some level we're all connected, and the beauty that life is a continuum, and our dear ones can come through in times like this and speak to us and do their part in the role of life. And there's nothing more endearing than having a moment of connection with somebody that's passed on to the other side and on their journey. So I love all that, and I think it's vitally important that to have opportunities like this today, where somebody like Gemma can again be a channel for the proof of life as a continuum.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
So I should continue doing that. I should continue in my work doing the same thing.
Gemma, any feedback that you want to share?
I just want to say that your gentleman that connects to you, Jane, he's such a lovely man. As we were talking, he just said, keep an eye out for the business deal coming in, because he shows me the paperwork and he says that it's going to be financially viable for you. He's asked me to mention it, so you won't need the business partner. Sorry, he's just thrown it at me at the last minute. But for me, being able to connect with you guys is such a pleasure, because I can show you that your loved ones are near, show you things to help you moving forward. But also, I've never met you before, but I can connect with you, and it's just, I find it an absolute gift. I feel very blessed to be able to do it. And thank you for letting me connect with you both.
Gemma, thank you. Would you like to know who our guests are?
Yes, please. I have no idea.
I'm going to start with the lovely Daphne DeLucci. Daphne, I'm going to play show your banner, but why don't you, let's see. I'm running your banner, and Daphne and I are friends. We actually met through Ian Pelham Turner also, and so we are working together. So Daphne, do share a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I love the way that you brought in creativity and color, because I'm a brand expert and a designer. So I design everything, but brands, logos, buildings, clothes, products. so everything organized just so, with a lot of color. And you said also I bring things together. And what I do is actually I talk about taking the untangible and the things that you can't see and bringing it down and turning it into a form. And that's what I do every day of my life. You were right about that.
Thank you, Daphne. And when you see all of my branding changing, it's because of this woman. So,
Yeah. All the
thank you so
clicks
much.
and
And my good friend John Christian, he's also my co-host. He is a international celebrity entertainer. He is a coach. He is an author. John, please tell us more about you, and I'm going to run your banner.
Thank you. Well, I think the thing I'd like to say is that nowadays a lot of my work is helping people to get their confidence and their self-esteem back when they've been through the kind of experiences that we shared here earlier, about being criticized and put down because you have intuitive gifts. So along with singing and acting and hosting, these are the kind of things that I travel around the world doing nowadays. And especially for me, the most important thing is the balance. So my training program is called Skills for Life Balance, which you picked up, Gemma. So the balance between mind, body, and spirit, and having a good sense of who we really are as spiritual beings, as well as physical and mental.
Thanks, John. Gemma, anything you want to share after the big reveal?
Yeah, I'm just sat here grinning because I'm like running Wolf, my guide. I'm like, you so explained it, and I'm sat here and I'm like, wow. Because for me, even though I've been able to do this for so long, it's still incredible to know that what they explain and how they show me the pictures, how it all comes together to explain people and their own beings. I mean, for instance, the gentleman, Running Wolf says he's got a wicked sense of humour and he likes to make people laugh, and it's just even more is coming through, and I just find it fascinating, and I just think that both of their energies are incredible. So it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yay! Thank you so much for being here, friends, because this is a great way to start off the show, and you were just fabulous guests.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that you guys will connect. I hope you and John will connect, Daphne.
Yeah, we will too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of us.
Got a lot in
It
common.
sounds like we're all in the UK, right? Are we all in the UK? Well, I'm not at the moment.
No, I know you went somewhere and didn't come back. I know, because I've been watching all the shows.
I'm back in the UK tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
Gemma,
wow.
you're from the UK?
I am in the UK, and it feels very heavy and stormy at the moment, so we're waiting for it to happen. But no, the sun shines good over it at the moment. It's okay, and we won the football. We done well, so we done all right.
John, so you're leaving tomorrow, and then you'll have to be in quarantine?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want
time for meditation and relaxation and study and all that kind of stuff. And to come back on the show next Friday. Not this Friday, but following Friday.
Well, we wish you a very safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a safe journey.
All right, Daphne, also known as ! and John, also known as HJ. It's great to having you here. And Daphne, I'll see you a little bit later. I'll see you Friday.
You'll see me Friday.
And John, I'll see you a week from Friday. All right. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Nice work, Gemma. That was fantastic. How do you feel?
Oh, it's incredible. This is what I've envisioned for so long, to be able to show real mediumship working as it is, like no rehearsal, just raw mediumship. And it's just incredible. The energy is fantastic. I'm sat here grinning because my guide's happy, and it's just, for me, it's just incredible to be able to connect with other people and to feel their energy and to feel their skills and to see what they're about. And I've never met them, but it's like I've known them. So I just over the moon. I'm so happy. I just think it's been amazing. So I'm very
So my
pleased.
question for you is, are you exhausted? Like, I would feel it's got to be tiring, but you're all pumped up. You're ready to go.
It is, the energies at the moment have been incredible. Last week they were a bit up and down because of where we had the full supermoon, but this week it seems to have really picked up, and it seems to be a lot fresher, a lot more energized, a lot of exciting times. And it does normally make me feel quite tired, but I just feel quite incredible after that. And also the key point that keeps coming through from Spirit this week is to live in the moment. So for instance, the other day it was raining really heavy, and I went and stood outside and just let the rain go on my face and let it go on my arms and just feel it, just live in the moment, because sometimes we get so caught up in everything else, we forget what's important as well. And this week it's like that new energy come in, it's manifesting, it's focus, it's guidance, so it feels really fresh and really good and really exciting. So yes, today I'm not feeling tired. I feel quite excited actually after all of that.
I'm excited too, because as you just confirmed, there was no interaction between you and the guests. You had no idea who they were. They didn't even know that they were both going to be on. So great work, Gemma. Really well done.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for us doing this. It has been incredible. And just to say, still no earpieces, just so if anyone asks.
And for anyone who missed the show, all you have to do is go over to YouTube, in the search engine, put in Dr. Jacalyn LLC, and you can see the show. You can also see it on our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. And then we will now become a podcast. Business Talk Radio will put us on Apple, Amazon, Pandora, Spotify, and TuneIn. So, Gemma, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
So I'm on Clubhouse and I'm under Gemma Stacey, and I'm on Instagram, Wolf Spirit Psychic on Instagram, so you can message me there. I'm also on Facebook. I'm the Wolf Spirit Psychic Medium and Animal Psychic Communicator. So there's many ways to get hold of me, but I do regular lives on Clubhouse. I do lives on Instagram. So yeah, either of these are easy ways to contact me to come through and connect with me.
And we are streaming your banner for people that are on the radio. So again, I'm just going to read it for people on Business Talk Radio. Gemma Stacey, Wolf Spirit Psychic and Animal Psychic Communicator, on Facebook and Clubhouse as at Gemma Stacey, GEMMASTACEY, and also at Spiritualist Gemma Instagram, and Wolf Spirit Psychic.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. Really proud of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being proud to be authentic and true to your craft.
Thank you. I think it's so important to show it in its rawest form, to show and the connections and the difference it can make as well. So, and thank you for hosting this, Dr. Jacalyn. It's an absolute pleasure.
The pleasure is mine, my dear. I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll be in touch with you over the weekend.
Yeah. You take care. Thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, you saw it here, folks. Live, unscripted, no rehearsal, no contact with the guests, and Celebrity Psychic Gemma just gave 2 readings that our guests were very pleased with. So thank you again to Gemma, and thank you to you for watching. For the rest of our shows, let's see, I've got a clipboard now because we've got 18 shows a week, and even I have a hard time keeping track. Next, coming up right in 20 minutes, we have the Business Talk Show with my co-host, Mr. Alcini. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. British Summer Time, we have A Better You, lessons from the best coaches, consultants, and trusted advisors. And my expert presenters today are Mildred Muhammad and also Stephen Gillen. We have someone saying hi, which is very nice. Hello. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for watching. And then finally, our last show of the day is In the Name of Love. I've got 2 delightful guests who are joining us. My co-host, Kimmy Seltzer, has the day off. Also, I want to announce that my show, Friday with John, Life's Amazing Journey with John Christian, is canceled for this week as John is traveling back to the UK and will be in quarantine. So there's no way I could do the show without him because I'm not going to be singing the way he can sing. So that being said, we're happy to have you with us. Thank you again to Gemma and to our guests, Daphne DeLucci and John Christian. And we'll see you in just a few minutes for the Business Talk Show. Bye-bye.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Garden. Your host, Diane Bame. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Diane Floyd Bame tells wonderful stories that warm the heart, spark the imagination, and unite people and families across generations. For children, Diane's Harry the Camel connects with all of us who've ever wondered how different our lives might have been if only we'd been born something better, like a wonderful horse instead of an ordinary camel. In the end, we all learn along with Harry that there's nothing better than just being yourself. Diane's Little Girl in the Moon looks down on earthbound children and wonders if they know she's just like them. A story of love, home, and the bond between mother and daughter, its powerful theme that we're each of us different yet all of us the same plants a seed in children that promises to blossom within a loving and trusting grown-up. Diane's new biography, Rise, recounts the experiences of her grandmother, Ruby, to reveal the hidden strength of the human spirit. Ruby's story inspires all of us to become the best versions of ourselves. You'll find all of Diane's delightful books and much more at DianeFloydBame.com. Visit DianeFloydBoehm.com. That's DianeFloydBame.com.